so this is different from what we usually show you on our videos.
Talk about homeschooling.
Homeschooling, right? So we're going to answer 10 questions about homeschooling. These are questions that most parents would want to know before they homeschool their children.
Especially
This time of the pandemic, we've learned from our homeschool provider that there are so many parents that are interested to homeschool their children. So in a way, showing you this video about questions about why you should homeschool your children, or some things.
Why we choose.
Okay, so there are 10 questions that we're going to try to answer, and we are hoping that you kind of understand why we chose homeschooling. The first question is why
did you choose to homeschool your
children? Okay, so this is a common question most parents would ask.
When did we start homeschooling our children?
We started homeschooling our children. Our first try was 2014. Okay, so that was our first try because we were here in China, but we were in a different city, Guangzhou, and our kids, Jacob and Hannah, were still in kindergarten. So we tried it, but fortunately, my wife got pregnant, and they had to go back to the Philippines, and we rushed into things. Okay, so it didn't really work out right. The second time that we did it was 2 years ago, 2018. Yeah. So why? Okay, so for me, it's for convenience. Yun yung first ko, but why I wanted them to do homeschooling. Kasi I brought them here with me. Again, because it was too lonesome to be by myself here inside. So that's the first thing that came up in my mind, out of convenience.
And more time together as a family.
So for her, it's more time for the kids and for the family to bond with each other. Of course, when you go to a regular school, you have to you have to wake up early. You have to if you're in the Philippines, you have to use transportation, diba? From home to school. What else?
It's more expensive.
So things like that. That's why we chose homeschooling instead of making them go to a regular school. Also, we had to take into consideration, safety. Like right now we can, since we already have been homeschooling our children for 2 years, we know that our children is safe in this environment. Okay. So safety is also a concern when you're sending your kids to regular school because you're not with them all the time, right?
Okay, question number 2. What are the things to consider in choosing a homeschool provider?
Okay.
Siya kasi yung nag-choose actually.
Actually, when I first looked at homeschooling, I did research muna. Of course, you have to do your own research on which school can be the best fit for your children. What are the things that you need to consider? For me, support is one thing that I need to consider because we didn't really know anything about homeschool. Of course, we are new to homeschooling, so we really need the support that we from the provider. So that's one thing that I looked at. Another thing is I considered, of course, our religion. We are Christians, so I considered a school that also has the same faith as we do. So you can add that to your list to consider which homeschooling provider you want to enroll your kids. I also looked at, of course, the price. I didn't really want a school that would be too pricey or expensive. We wanted a school that would be that would have a reasonable tuition. So the price should be reasonable. Those are the 3 things that I considered. Support has to be of the same faith that we have, and the third would be the price should be reasonable. So those are the three things that we had to consider. Next question is, will there be
teachers to give instructions for all the lessons of the kids for the whole school year?
thing that most parents have a hard time doing, because they can't understand that when you're homeschooling your children, you are the facilitator of everything. The parents are the ones teaching the class or the classes or the subjects. The support will be when you have questions, what are the things that you have actually a guide. There are teachers or advisors that you can talk to.
If you have any questions, and you can email them or private message them in their Facebook.
That's why we said you have to have good support or support system. In our provider, they have a support system. They have a class advisor, the same as when you're in a regular school. You also have parents, a community of parents. You also have Facebook account, Facebook. What do you call this? No, a group. Yeah, where you can watch videos on how parents do stuff, strategies about teaching your kids when you're homeschooling. So and it also helps that that Joyce is a hands-on mom. When she was in the Philippines, she really does everything. She teaches, she does review for the kids. She makes prepares them for every test. So it became easier for her. At first, it wasn't easy for her, of course, but since she already has that background, and also I tried to give her some input. Actually, I told her that I was gonna help her. Yeah, I tricked her into to agreeing to go to homeschool her children. At first, I said I would do these subjects, but it turned out, because I'm a teacher and I didn't have any energy left when I come home. So she's the one left to do all this stuff. But I help in some way, little way. Okay, but everything is with her. Okay. Next question is number 4.
How old can you start homeschooling your children?
Actually, if you're, most parents we've seen a lot of videos of parents trying to teach their kids as early as 2 years old. We've seen 1 year old. So homeschooling is a way. I mean, you can start the same way as when you go to a regular school, like kindergarten, right? DepEd would want you to have your kids start at 5 years old, so you need to start them at 5, I guess.
So all of our kids naman started at 5.
And going to school at 5. So we have a new kid going to homeschool this coming school year.
So yung first family member na
would start homeschooling
at the age
of 5. Right? So it really depends. If you already have an 8-year-old or a 10-year-old in a regular school, or even later, you can have them go to a homeschooling program. I think in our homeschool provider, they have until high school, right? Next question is it legal to homeschool in the Philippines?
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Our school is DepEd
accredited. You have to check, of course, when you're gonna go to a homeschooling program, you have to check DepEd accredited, because maybe there are some schools that are new that don't have the accreditation. Our homeschool provider, they also have like accreditation in the US. You're planning to homeschool your children, and in the future you're going abroad, going to the US, then you can look for a homeschooling program that has those. What are the kinds of setup homeschoolers in the Philippines have? Okay. So it depends really on the provider that you're gonna get the programs. Okay. They have touch, they have tech, and others. They have fully online lessons or program. So it depends really on which homeschooling provider you try to get for your kids.
How do you make up for socialization when your children are always at home and not be able to socialize with other kids?
Other kids their age probably. So
Uh,
this is one common question parents have that we don't really have a problem with.
Kasi marami sila.
Kasi marami kaming anak. We have 4 kids. So they can, socialize with each other.
Because their age are
Almost the same, yeah.
almost the same.
Right. Like our 2 kids are 11 and 12, and our other 2 kids are 5 and 9. So they can play with each other, they can socialize with each other, they can even do projects together.
Yes.
Okay.
Yun,
But
exciting.
right.
Kasi nakikita mo yung teamwork nila.
Also, if you don't have many kids like we do, you can organize play dates
With
with other children
children.
or homeschooling moms or parents. You can in your group probably you probably get into groups, right? They
Especially in
can
the Philippines, diba?
do play dates, right?
They can do
But-
meetups.
But number 8, can both parents work at the same time when they homeschool their children? What do you think?
No. There should be at least one parent or guardian
Full-time,
that will look after, facilitate the kids.
But there are some, for us, we will say no. But there are some parents that made it work. That both parents are going to work. They set a time. That's the thing with homeschooling. You can manage your own time. Question number 9. Sorry.
How much is the
Yeah,
tuition for homeschooling?
because you
Tuition.
feel bad.
Like I said, there are some homeschooling programs that are expensive, but there are that are very cheap. But of course, it doesn't mean that when it's cheap, it's good. So you have to look at the program that is reasonable. What are you getting from this price? Okay, you always have to consider those things. And who gives the grades to the student in homeschooling?
So in our homeschool provider, 80% of the grade comes from the
Parents.
parent or parents. Yeah, all parents kasi tayo nagbibigay ng grades sa kanila. And 20%
From your
from
advisor.
your advisor.
Yun yung setup namin with our homeschool provider. But like I said, there are other programs in homeschooling, so it really depends on your provider. If you want to ask us more questions about homeschooling, you can drop in some comments, and probably have a part 2 of this video to answer some of your questions.